guys, welcome back to our podcast, Grim Reading Kings, where we talk about anything spooky and strange. My name is Tom, and these are my co-hosts, Sammy and Tamsin.
Hi!
We upload our podcast every Monday, and if you want to watch us, we upload every episode to our YouTube channel every Friday.
Sorry, I'll just quickly say, Tamsin didn't say hello then for the podcast. She waved at the camera for YouTube, but didn't say hello.
Oh, hi.
Thank you, as you rode off.
We also have a Patreon, where we upload a full, uncut, unedited episode every Monday, and a Facebook page where you can join
Yes.
on conversations and tell us your stories and share your thoughts on each weekly episode. All of these are linked in our description, so please check them all out and subscribe. And if you enjoy these stories, please give us a like and a thumbs up. In this series, we are discussing the dark side of Hollywood, and on today's episode, I am going to talk about a very unknown lady, Marilyn Monroe, who died again today, Sammy. Thank you very much. She destroyed our Marilyn Monroe ornament that was behind us.
If you watched last week's episode, you would have seen we had an Elvis and a Marilyn.
They are both gone.
If you see this empty space here, is because our map pushed the ornaments off the fireplace. And then Tom come in and smashed everything with a baseball bat.
That actually freaked me out because I come home and then you were just like, staring at me like really like shocked. I was like, oh, what's happened? Is Shelby like dead or something? And you're like, why did you break everything? I was like, what have I done? Like, what the fuck's going on here? And then come in, it's just carnage everywhere. Just part of candles.
Tamsin was on the floor gathering the body parts.
Just gluing things back together.
It's like a Saving Private Ryan scene. And then Tamsin broke her own thing she made for us.
Yeah.
It looks so cool though. I love that thing.
There's some left of it.
I mean, just say Tamsin did not break all of it. It was half broken before because I put it down low to not break. But somebody was playing with Shelby.
I threw a ball from a different room for a hallway and it went
Still
straight to
managed
it.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. I mean, to be fair, it was broken when I brought it over because the skull had come off.
There was only one thing that was off though.
Yeah. The teapot and the skull.
Oh,
now all the teapots are off.
Yeah, there's nothing on top anymore.
Yeah, it just needs a bit of glue. Anyway.
So my name is Tom.
My name is Sammy.
And Tamsin.
Where we talk about anything and everything spooky and strange.
In this series we discuss film curses,
Dark history.
Murder mystery.
local stories,
Shabuke.
Out right now.
That's how you kill someone.
I'm going to do a warning.
actual human skeletons.
Psychopathic tendencies.
The last thing to know is the actual injury.
Right, let's go again.
Yeah, so that's why we didn't have Elvis and Marilyn. Marilyn's been repaired 2 or 3 times already, but this time I think is...
No, I'm determined. I'm actually going to save her.
Yeah, Tamsin's going to take her with her and fix her for next episode.
Yeah.
So she'll be back on the table next time. But
Elvis is easy. He's broken.
Yeah, I can fix.
Pieces.
I can fix Elvis. It's fine.
Yeah.
I love it. How determined Tamsin is. It'll come back over with a Barbie doll leg, just adding stuff just to make sure it still works.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah. It's gonna have a raggedy and
Oh,
massive
don't.
head.
Oh, Tom would hate that. Do it.
Oh yeah.
Marilyn Monroe was born in Los Angeles, California, 1st of June 1926, and died on the 4th of August 1962 at her home in Brentwood, Los Angeles, California. Later, I think she was very unresponsive at home, and she actually died on the way to hospital.
Oh.
In the end. But this is speculation. Marilyn Monroe, born as Norma Jean Mortensen, was an American actress and model known for her classic blonde bombshell look that everyone knows today. Marilyn spent most of her younger years being kept in multiple foster homes, and after her mentally ill mother gave her into care after just 2 weeks, the 25-year-old twice divorced mother proved unable to care for Marilyn, and she wasn't 100% sure who the real father was. She put her ex-husband Edward Mortensen on the birth certificate, but suspected that her lover from work, Charles Stanley Gifford, was the real father.
Ooh.
God damn.
Sneaky.
Very sneaky.
Marilyn's maternal grandmother, Della Monroe, handpicked a couple to raise her granddaughter, Ida and Wayne Bollender. Bollender sounds cooler.
Yeah. I feel like Bollender would be 2 L's. I think Belender is 1 L.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'll just call them the Balls. They were paid $25 per week to take care of her. In the summer of 1927, the grandmother Della broke into the Bollanders' household and blamed the parents of killing Marilyn. Ida brought Della to the baby's room to prove that the baby was absolutely fine. Ida went to get the grandmother a glass of water to calm her down. When Ida returned, she found a horrific scene as Della was smothering Marilyn with a pillow.
Oh my god.
So what, she barged in... So the
grandmother.
The grandmother...
Barged in the Bollanders' house and claimed that they were killing Marilyn. And then she again, there was no... I couldn't find any reason why she might have done that.
Yeah.
Weird.
So yeah, that was just one of the sites. So I don't know if the grandmother shared... Well, and her mother was having mental problems, so I think they might have shared the same thing.
Yeah, must have.
But yeah, can you imagine that? Kind of like, there's some nice old woman coming into your... Well, breaking into your house for a start.
Yeah.
And then going upstairs and seeing a pillow over your foster child's
God.
face. God damn.
No.
When Marilyn was at school, she really struggled to relate to the other kids as she was a very shy child. Her best friend at the time was a little puppy dog, Tippy. Her neighbour was furious over the constant barking and severed the dog in half with a garden hoe.
No.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
I feel like you can relate to that though, because you know when some people are really inconsiderate with the dogs barking all the time and not telling them to shut up.
Yep.
Like with Shelby, we're very much like, as soon as he barks, unless we encourage it,
Yeah.
like we're very much like, no, quiet.
Oh, I've got 2 rats at home that constantly... If I didn't tell them to shut up, they would just go all day.
Honestly.
I have to, otherwise I would be that neighbour.
Well, they're little...
Sometimes I'll leave it if they're barking at a dog that's barking.
Yeah,
I'll wait
fair.
for that dog to stop and then I'll tell them because it's not fair at life.
No,
Oh, well,
it's okay.
definitely, yeah, I think that's, yeah. But if it's just like, you know, when you hear them barking all day and you're just like...
They're so bad, they will actually bark at anything. Anything.
The little
And one sets off the other one.
They're little terrorists though, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, they're known for being little barky buggers.
That's what you gotta do. They gotta assert dominance somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dobermans.
You've both got little dog syndrome.
No.
Especially the boy.
But according to a Bollander family friend, the dog was struck by a car and Ida picked Tippy up with a hoe and left it on the driveway for Wayne to clear up when he got home from work.
Oh,
Sure.
Which I thought was a real dick move. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that?
awful.
It's a dog on the driveway, clear it up.
Yeah, literally.
Get my hoe.
But unfortunately, Marilyn beat her dad home and her stepdad and discovered Tippy first.
Aww.
Marilyn simply didn't believe that Tippy had been hit by a car. Ida started to believe that Marilyn started to become delusional, just like her mum,
Oh.
as she didn't live this down. I don't think I would either if my dog was sitting too, like...
No, honestly.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
my god.
I can't imagine what I would do.
People will be murdered.
Oh.
I'd lose it.
probably flaying arms everywhere.
Go
Yeah.
on a rampage.
Yep, 100%. Or yeah.
What do you got to say?
How would you know who did...
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Everyone around
Everyone
me.
in the way.
Yeah, literally kill everyone.
Hi, Mum.
Yeah.
I'd have thought it best that Marilyn left home. Coincidentally, at the same time, Marilyn's birth mother had been telling Ida she wanted her daughter back. Ida rang up and said, she's very upset, I think she needs her mum.
Oh,
So I was like, get on.
get rid of her.
Marilyn's birth mother, Baker, showed up the next day to bring her home. Baker didn't even come to the door or help with her suitcase. She just sat in the driver's seat and honked her horn.
Oh, twat move.
Worst. Now, the big family home with 2 acres of land has been swapped for a small Hollywood apartment, which I think sounds pretty cool still.
Yeah, I still living there.
And that was shared by Baker and her best friend Grace. They both worked at Consolidated Studios, where they spliced film negatives together. The mother had another nervous breakdown and sent Marilyn to live with a British couple while she got her head right. Luckily, the move didn't last long as Baker purchased a 3-bedroom house in Hollywood and moved her daughter back in. Baker's friend Grace eventually became Marilyn's legal guardian and would take her to see the latest films and help her on her way to becoming an actress. Monroe had 3 husbands in her lifetime. James Doherty, who she married in 1942, and she was 16 at the time, and was divorced in 1946. Joe DiMaggio, who was a very famous baseball player for the New York Yankees, and Arthur Miller, who is considered one of the great playwrights of the 20th century. She also had a romantic relationship with Marlon Brando and Frank Sinatra. There's also rumours that she was involved with President JFK and her brother Robert Kennedy.
100% was.
100%.
Sorry, but...
Many people will remember Marilyn's famous performance singing Happy Birthday, Mr. President. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't actually.
Happy birthday to you.
It's literally like, Happy Birthday,
And
Mr. President.
And she's wearing like a see-through glittery dress. Like
Yeah.
she looks
Oh my
fucking stunning.
Oh, I bet.
It is the sexiest performance ever.
Yeah.
Seriously.
There's just some,
Like,
like,
she knew what she was doing.
she's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
great presenter, and then she like comes on, and I think after the JFK come on stage, she's like, wow.
Just a
Like,
massive fucking boner.
yeah. Just like knocks the podium over. Oops. There's actually a famous photo of Marilyn and the two Kennedys talking in the White House of movie executive Arthur Krim. The photo was kept a secret by the White House photographer Cecil Stoughton, who released it in 2010. JFK and Marilyn first met at a New York dinner party in 1954, but rumours of them didn't start until 1962, which is the year she died. So that's pretty crazy. Allegedly, the couple went to a big party at Bing Crosby's house and stayed the night together. God, these parties. Can you imagine going to these parties in like the 60s and 50s?
Oh, that'd be wicked.
So cool.
Many bystanders said that the couple were together the whole evening. There were also some really compelling black and white photos of them getting intimate, but later turned out to be fake. So the only photo of them together is the one I mentioned in 2010.
Ooh,
That's pretty cool. But yeah, there's fake ones. My God, they are good fakes.
Yeah.
There's one of, it's like JFK and Marilyn Monroe. They look identical, sat on the floor with his arm around her.
Oh, right. I've seen one of him closing some curtains.
That's another one.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
she stood behind him.
Yeah.
I've seen that one. I didn't realise that was fake.
No, I thought they were real until I'd
Makes
done this
sense.
research. Like, damn. Because I
Mm.
was like, first of all, for the one when they're sat on the floor together and there's like just a camera guy. Because back in the 50s, the camera's not discreet. It's like,
Yeah.
Massive flash. Walk around with a flash as well.
Can you imagine?
Sorry, can you just stand there a minute?
What was that?
I'm wiping a firefly.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, fuck's sake. Why is everything fake? This is what I didn't like about doing a podcast. Everything I thought was real turns out to not be.
Yeah, when you do your research, everything's fake.
How much easier it was to hide in the 50s.
Mm.
Like, without, everyone's got a phone now, obviously, and they
Yeah.
can do anything, but at the time it must have been fairly easy, apart from people who saw you, but then
Yeah.
you could just be like, nah. they
That wasn't
didn't.
me.
Yeah.
It was just
Wasn't
my
me.
brother, Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Also, talking about getting things wrong, sorry for viewers. The last episode, Sammy's Elvis one, I said JD Summers in the Jordanaires, he wasn't, he was in the Stamps. I fucked up.
Oh, yeah, they look very similar though, don't they?
Yeah, so Jordanaires are another quartet band. I'm sorry.
It happens all the time. I did one where I said that America was founded in, 1886, and it was actually like 1776.
Yeah, well,
It
no,
happens.
yeah, it was, I can't remember what it was.
It was
'Cause it
your
was-
story. I'm
Yeah, it
sure.
was something about,
it was
founded,
No, it was
and when
Marilyn
it was, July the 4th, when it was independent.
Yeah.
I think that's what you,
it.
but then that's what you're getting confused
Yeah.
about. It wasn't necessarily you were wrong, it was just,
Yeah, Tom was just wrong. Like,
Mhm.
fucked up.
Tom's always wrong.
That's
also,
true.
what I found out as well, sorry for anyone who's not watched it, but the one about the Vatican, they're now saying, just recently, that the Shroud of Jesus, the Shroud of Turin, is
Yeah.
real.
Right.
So-
Oh, really?
It's gone back 2,000
weird
years.
Because I was literally talking about this yesterday with Rich, and when I was younger, I was a Christian. Like, I was brought up like around the church, went to the church all the time, and when I found out that Jesus was like an actual real person, we had evidence.
Yeah.
I remember my mind being completely blown by that,
Yeah.
and it was because of that shroud, which it kind of looks fake though. Don't you
It looks
think?
too perfect,
Yeah.
but then it would if it's Jesus.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You can't trust anything nowadays, so
I've
yeah.
not heard that. I'd love it if it was real.
I'll show you.
So sick.
I'll save the TikTok on. I'll show you after. But yeah, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted it to be real.
The very first issue of Playboy had none other than Marilyn Monroe on the cover and nude photographs in the magazine.
Of Marilyn.
Mm-hmm. No.
Do you know what's funny? I'd never, like, I might be very naive thinking this, but I never think that Marilyn would have been nudie. I didn't
Marilyn
realise
was
that.
Nudie.
No,
Yeah,
she
I
was.
always thought she was quite teasy. I never thought that she was. But now I know.
Oh, yeah, back in
And
the
now
day.
I'll spend a Googling.
I think it was easy to kind of be like, oh, if you do this, you'll be famous. And it wasn't like nowadays they'd be like, yeah, fucking right. But at the time they were like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, let's do that. And being proud of your body at the time meant showing it off.
Yeah,
Because
true.
I was kind of just what I like too.
And like, it's more like a thrill back then, because like, every day now you see tits everywhere.
That's true. It was rare
Tits
to
left,
see
right,
some
and centre.
good old
Yeah.
titties.
But now it's like back then. You imagine that everyone's like dressed very formal all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you open this brand new magazine.
Tits.
Fucking hell.
Tits.
Yeah, titty tits. Well, the like, I go onto Facebook rarely. I go on the marketplace.
Yeah.
Every time it comes up, there is a woman with her tits out. on the front
Taking a
page.
picture of a mirror for
Yeah,
someone. shit.
every time. Every
Yeah.
time.
Do you know what I find? I've got knickers for sale. It's like from £25 upwards, and then everyone's like commenting like, "Who wants dirty knickers?" And it's like,
Oh my god.
I do. Thank
well,
you.
there are some men out there that do like them actually.
So those photos were actually 4 years old. Not she was 4 years old. I didn't
Fucking
the
hell.
photos were 4 years old.
Imagine.
Hugh Hefner, you
Yeah.
So she took those to make money. So basically, she wanted to pay off a car payment that she had back in the day. So she was jobless at that point.
Fair enough. It's like OnlyFans nowadays. Like people
Oh.
join OnlyFans to pay off their car debts and shit. So
Even
Yeah,
though
they
you
go-
can just get a better job.
And then they go and buy like a private jet. Like it's not a struggle anymore. She's like.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally tempting.
So Hugh Hefner didn't get her consent or even pay her directly for them.
Oh,
So Marilyn Monroe was jobless in 1949 and posed for pin-up photographer Tom Keeley for $50 to pay her car payments. Keeley promised that she would look unrecognizable in the photos to put her worries at ease. She actually signed the photos as Mona Monroe. who might that be?
Sake.
Hugh Hefner actually purchased the crypt next to Marilyn Monroe in 1992 for $75,000.
This is mad.
Yeah, there's someone above, there's a fan above her as well.
oh, his
Yeah.
face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah, so he's face down.
I don't like that.
So fucking creepy.
That's not
Honestly,
respectful,
That
is it?
shouldn't be allowed.
It shouldn't be allowed. She's an actual woman, not a
Mm.
fucking prop.
Yeah, it's so
Like, oh,
creepy.
I want to be buried on top of her, so it looks like I'm having sex with her for life. So embarrassing.
It's so weird.
Like, how does it feel being a man, knowing that there's men out there that are like that?
It's really, with that, that's insecurity. There's like small man issues, they have these things, it's fucking weird.
I just feel like you've never met a woman in real life.
Yeah, you must
Like you've
not.
just looked at some posters and fantasized. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely, like, go and get married and be buried next to your wife.
It's like the,
Basically.
like, you will see on Facebook, like the Indian guys, like messaging from India, like, I want to see your vagine. Like, what are you?
Why?
No one's gonna go, okay.
Of course, darling. Anything for you.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, Hugh Hefner was quoted saying, it has a completion notion to it. I'll be spending eternity with Marilyn.
So weird.
Did they actually get along though, or was
They
it kind of
never
like
met.
she was staff?
They never met.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
basically,
that's
he
weirder
just-
then.
Yeah.
I think because he started his Playboy franchise with her.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
To the end, it's
right.
kind of like a closing thing, like, oh, that was sick. We've lived this like long
That's-
legacy.
That's quite cool to think of it in that way.
That's what I'm thinking of it. Because I
Like,
don't think Hugh
not in a
Hefner's-
creepy way. I don't. Yeah,
He
maybe he
hasn't-
didn't mean it in a creepy way. He meant that like we'll be together because like we.
Yeah.
I
got
think
Finn, yeah.
everything he did was creepy.
This is
Oh, yeah.
true.
Fucking
Yeah.
What a guy. Always in a nice old fucking what do they
Robe.
call it? Robe.
Silk
it's
robe.
And a
good
carafe.
smoking jacket.
That's it,
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
Slippers.
Yeah.
Getting dick sucked 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, so cringy.
Like I
No,
wouldn't.
I can't handle him.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how I would take that situation.
Ugh. Old man penis.
Oh, man balls.
I'm sorry, if someone threw you a fat stack of $2 million, I show you.
I get on my knees.
There you
I
go.
ain't doing anything for
Yeah.
that, I promise you.
For 2 million.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
All right. Well, you can come round my house when
Yeah,
I've
exactly. I'd rather do that.
got when I've got 2 million. But then I'll put you in the fucking shed and give you
No,
beans
I'm
on
happy with
toast.
that. I'm a very simple person.
And then you hear a knock on the door and it'll be Hugh Hefner.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
I've been dead for years.
It'll be, yeah, zombified.
What are you doing here?
The stage.
10 million, please.
No.
I said no. I have my dignity.
And we're off topic. Heavily. Marilyn starred in 23 films, which grossed $200 million,
Oh.
and she was paid approximately $500,000 per film, which equates to around $5 million in today's money.
Okay. I was about to say that's not much.
Still,
but-
it's not much for how big she was at the time compared to
No.
how big celebrities now get paid.
Oh, gosh,
it's
yeah.
fucking mental.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does seem a bit less than she deserved, I guess.
Yeah.
But now it's going full circle there, because no one's going to cinemas anymore, because they still got the prices up real high. The films are shit. They're all remakes.
But they always bring out films in the cinema, so
Yeah.
they must be doing it for something. Otherwise, they wouldn't be
Maybe,
there.
maybe the cinema's got a deal with like new films or something, like a deal with the devil sort of thing. But like, you must put it in the cinema first.
Yeah.
Well-
I wonder if it's more American now. I think
Yeah.
English people have given up on the cinema.
She also won 3 Golden Globes before her untimely death in 1962. I'm not going to go into her movies on today's podcast, but I can't not mention her movie, The 7-Year Itch. Most people on the planet will recognise a scene in which she stands over a subway grate and the train rushes underneath, to which the breeze blows her dress, making one of the most iconic scenes in movie history.
Genius.
Can I just quickly say that's literally what I had in the
Yeah,
last
that was the
episode?
statue.
Yeah.
Is that was the statue? It was her as a skeleton.
But that same grate is still standing at Lexington Avenue, where it meets 52nd Street. It's an actual, like,
Like memorial.
Yeah,
sort of
memorial,
thing.
yeah, thing now.
Wow, I didn't know
That's
that.
really cool.
That's so cool.
I believe it's all the train. Yeah, it's still the subway system, so the trains still rush through there.
So you can still go and make that
I don't
moment.
think it's to that level, but
That's so cool. I didn't
the
know
thing's
that.
still there. Yeah. On the evening of August the 4th, 1962, Marilyn Monroe died at age 36 of a barbiturate overdose inside her home at 12305 Fifth Helena Drive in Brentwood, Los Angeles, California.
Is that the one that's abandoned now? Why am
don't-
I suddenly really loud?
I don't think so. I don't think it
Yeah,
can, no, it's not, because her estate earns like a load of, I'll go into it later on.
Okay, sorry.
More money, but no, I don't think. Is there actually anything of hers abandoned?
I'm pretty sure there was a house that. Oh, maybe that's the one that the TikToker's taken over. That was
Is she the one that like?
the Scottish one.
Well, it must be.
She's got a really cute high pitched voice.
Oh, she's so pretty as well.
Yeah.
She wears such lovely
Bitch, how dare she?
I saw that the other day. She's like, some of the things that are still real. The lampshades on the wall, they're from. I think they're made in
Yeah.
the 30s and
She
they're
does
still
that
original.
a lot, doesn't she?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
The one I saw recently was that like challenge where it's like,
Oh yeah.
and she did it with her husband,
Patient Doctor.
who's so. Oh my god, they're such a good-looking couple. Ridiculous.
Her body was discovered before dawn the following morning on August the 5th. Monroe spent the day of her death on August the 4th at her home in Brentwood. She was accompanied at various times by publicist Patricia Newcomb, housekeeper Eunice Murray, and photographer Lawrence Schiller, and psychiatrist Rolf Greason. At Greason's request, Murray stayed overnight to keep Monroe company. At approximately 3 a.m. on Sunday, August 5th, Murray noticed that Monroe had locked herself in her bedroom and appeared unresponsive when she looked inside through the window. Murray alerted Greason, who arrived soon after, entered the room by breaking a window and found Monroe dead. Her death was officially ruled a probable suicide by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office, based on information about her overdosing and being prone to mood swings and suicidal ideation. But I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of controversy around that.
And there was also what I missed out there. When she died, her hand was actually grasped around the phone. So she was actually on the phone to someone when she died.
But no one came forward to say it was them.
No one knows who it was, because obviously you couldn't. Well, you could redial, but I don't think that's what anyone was thinking at that point. Yeah, but we were on the way to Glastonbury on the weekend, and this is when I was trying to figure out what my video for the series might be.
Mhm.
And then this woman who's one of the
Fanatic.
Wurzel's singer's daughters, she's a Marilyn Monroe fanatic,
That's so
and she
cool.
went into all this about it, and I was like, yeah, I need to do that. Who's like more Hollywood than Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
But, so I was like listening to that, like all these like different little things about her. I was like, wow, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never really looked into her until like just recently.
Yeah, you know she's like a famous icon and all that, but you're not really.
That's the problem. When someone's
It
so
ends up-
famous, you don't, unless, like with me for Elvis, because I like music, so I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll go into that. But like, I'm not really into like old films or anything, so I never really thought to look into it, but
I honestly think you two would love Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Like, it's just a really fun film. It is a musical, but oh, it's just so sassy, and Marilyn is just amazing. She's so like ditzy and like oh,
Typical blonde, like.
yeah, I just love her so much.
I gotta say, after I watched a load of her videos to like kind of figure out who she was, and she's so cool. She's like totally different persona than what I thought.
The other film, Some Like It Hot, that it's like one of her
Okay,
biggest
yeah.
films. It's a black and white film. But it's about two men that dress up as women.
Mm.
And then Marilyn doesn't know, and they like befriend her, but one of them's like, oh my god, she's beautiful, but he's like, gotta be a woman.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's like comedy, but obviously it's so old that the comedy is a bit lost, but
Yeah.
it's a really classic film. It's really good.
That's the remember the advert I showed you the other day? That's
The
from
beer
that.
one, yeah.
So that's from that
Okay.
film. So they like superimposed the bloke in, and
Oh.
they put her voice into it. But I don't know how. It's
That's cool.
really old advert, but they've like superimposed this man in really well.
They,
It's fucking awesome.
they did that with the chocolate advert that had Audrey Hepburn in.
I remember
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Galaxy, yeah,
When there was
that
the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy when they do that. It
I
blows my
know.
mind.
I was like, what the fuck?
Clever, isn't it?
As with any famous death, there are also conspiracy theories, and especially when the famous person is said to have slept with the President of the United States.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they have a lot of power to cover up stuff, don't
Oh
they?
yeah.
Definitely.
In 1964, Frank Capel began a theory that JFK had Monroe murdered to protect his career. It is said that Monroe had become too attached to the president, so he basically was like, nah. Can you imagine?
Cut it off, girls.
God damn. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think that's real because I don't know any man who'd be like, oh, Marilyn Monroe is too attached to me. What? I'll be like,
It's bad for
oh.
your image. She's done a nudie shoot.
I think it's because she went off with the brother.
Yeah, that's probably most likely.
And he was like, what? I'm not having that.
And they argued.
Like, the most beautiful woman in the entire world.
She's mine.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it's twisty. Another theory is that Marilyn Monroe overheard some incriminating information spilt by the Kennedys. When Robert found out, he had her executed. The next theory is that Robert didn't kill her, but staged her death as suicide.
Mm-hmm. That seems more believable.
Yeah.
After Robert Kennedy broke off their affair, she threatened to go public. Supposedly, Robert tried to prevent her by enabling her drug and alcohol addiction, but Monroe accidentally OD'd, and FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover staged her death as suicide.
Mm.
That is a really believable one because
Yeah.
that's kind of what I know. Men do that. If I had enough money, if you were yelling at me, I'd probably have some things. Bye.
I think the only thing that bothers me is that Marilyn really cared about how people saw her. Like, she really wanted to be like quite innocent and stuff, and she didn't come forward with all of her issues and stuff and what she'd done.
Yeah.
And I know she wasn't, naive, she wasn't innocent, but I think she did kind of want to keep that. I can't imagine her going, I'm going to come forward with the affair
That's
that I've
true,
had.
Yeah,
with
that
you.
seems
That's
very
the only
unlikely
thing.
that she's going to come forward
I
and be
think
like,
it's
I'm going to
unlikely,
dope you
yeah.
out.
But if you're heavily on drugs and drink, you're going to say some stupid shit. So
Maybe they were worried that she was
Desperation.
starting to splur stuff, so they're like,
Yeah,
fair
and
enough.
also the thing with that is, she obviously, on set, she would be drunk and not turn up on time and stuff, but
Yeah.
she still did all of her movies. Like,
Yeah.
she was probably drunk on every single set.
Well, yeah, think of actors
But-
now, like, they still are.
Daniel
Is
Radcliffe came forward, didn't he? And he
Yeah.
said that for all, he can't remember any of Harry Potter because he was so drunk.
It was a certain
Such
film.
a shame.
Oh, which one was it? When they go to Laycock. What film's that?
Laycock.
is that Order of the Phoenix?
I don't know what they're all called. You know when they go to recruit the guy that disguised himself as an armchair, and he's quite ditzy.
Oh, that's one of the later ones. Oh, I'm not sure, but I know the one.
Yeah, he was drunk through the whole filming of that film. When you watch it back after knowing that, you fucking see it
Really?
so well.
Oh my god, I'm
You
going to
see-
watch it.
oh,
I'm
you
going to have
need
to
to.
watch it and look for that because I didn't know that.
So next on my list is that in the book Victim, The Secret Tapes of Marilyn Monroe. Victim. Matthew Smith claims the CIA knew Robert and Monroe were having an affair, and he had her killed to get back at the family for the Bay of the Pigs invasion disaster. The Bay of the Pigs invasion was a failed attempt by US-backed Cuban exiles to overthrow the government of Fidel Castro. President Eisenhower authorized the operation, and it was subsequently approved by President Kennedy. which is a big disaster. People died. It was just like awful moment. At the time of Monroe's death, Robert Kennedy was leading a crusade against the mob, which is what you don't fucking do.
No.
In retaliation, Chicago mafia boss Sam Giancana, that looks right,
Yeah.
had her killed to make Robert back off, which probably fucking would. That scared the hell out of you.
Yeah.
But there's always this one, no matter who you're looking at, there's always this theory. So the most far-fetched theory is that she was going to leak information about UFOs, according to Dr. Stephen
Oh my god,
Reyes.
I love this one so much.
But it's like, why? Why would Marilyn Monroe?
So it is because. Oh, have you got more about it?
No.
So that apparently, when she was with Robert, either of the Kennedys, she found a file that led to actual alien life in a UFO that had landed, and they had the government had like taken this alien, and she had seen all these files, and she was going to come forward and say that UFOs exist.
Maybe that was
and
the
then was killed.
incriminating evidence she ever heard, possibly.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we got an alien.
who knows? I love that theory. I know it's sick, but I love that theory.
But then also, why would the Kennedys have that file
Lying around.
Yeah,
Well,
because Donald Trump's had a thing about having files taken home.
Which
Why
was
didn't-
disproved.
Why didn't they get told off when they did that? If Marilyn saw alien file.
Yeah.
Well, because the Kennedys didn't really get told off for anything because they had so much power.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fair.
I think probably they were hiding that Marilyn Monroe was coming over and going there.
Yeah.
Although it is weird that she would be there anyway. You'd think they would go to some sort of hotel or
Yeah.
something.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I don't know, but yeah,
But
I think that's a cool one.
neither Kennedy could go anywhere without someone being on their case. They'd have to have the FBI protection on their backs at all times. The White House security would be there
I mean, you
always.
think that, but then when we hear, I mean, I've got a Kennedy story coming up.
Wait.
There's a lot of Kennedy stories, and I keep thinking, so if they got away with that, like Rosemary having her
Oh gosh, yeah.
lobotomy, like I did in my other story,
Yeah.
people didn't know about that until like 30 years later or whatever. So they're definitely capable of hiding a lot of shit. They were, I think they were sneaky little bastards.
Yeah.
As
They-
much
they
as good
were.
they did, I think they were sneaky.
They had
I
a lot
would
of
be. If I,
power.
was, if I was the president, I wouldn't give a crap what anyone thought me. I'd live my life as much as I wanted
I
to.
don't think I could be sneaky. I'm too open. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
me
say
too.
last night when I was killing this bloke, and oh shit, oh no.
Just absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
Hello?
You know that UFO we saw last night? Yeah, well, I
Oh,
thought
I
I'd write
mean-
it down and I thought I'd give it to my mate.
Have you got the keys to that UFO? I fucking lost them last night. I was driving it out and I smashed
the
into
bird,
Mackey's.
The bird we saw. That's what I mean.
I was trying to get a Happy Meal and it just...
Yeah, that's what I would do.
To finish, I'd like to share some fun facts about Marilyn Monroe for you. Her house was bugged by the FBI. When married actors Michael Irving and Veronica Hamill purchased the house in the 1970s, they decided to remodel and discovered a sophisticated government-grade phone tapping system that extended through the entire house.
So the fact that she died with a phone in her hand.
Oh my
Oh.
fucking god!
Do you not think of that?
Not yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
basically, she was talking to someone like, mate, I'm going to expose these. They're like fucking me off. And the FBI are like, get in there. Fucking kill her off. Make it look
Or
like
was
it's
she called?
I'd be like, someone's
And they
coming to
said-
get you.
If you give this information out, you're done for. And she was like,
No.
yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Fuck you, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, but then still, someone would hear that phone call and be like, get round there.
It must have
Fucking-
been. I reckon that's somebody to look into this one, Sammy. Where the fuck did you come from?
I may be blonde, but I am not blonde.
That was the most
On
blonde.
Thursdays.
Frank Sinatra gifted her a dog named Maff. The dog's full name was Mafia Honey,
Oh yeah.
which was a nod to Sinatra's supposed criminal ties.
Sure.
Which is
Sure.
they're so like the Rat Pack were so involved with the mafia.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because they were like
They were the fucking mafia.
yeah, they were like. If you're that big in Vegas at that time, you need that kind of protection. They come up to you, they're offering their protection, and you just take it because it's the best you can
Oh
get.
yeah,
There
definitely.
ain't no one can touch you if the mafia. are
Yeah,
involved.
take my money.
Yeah.
So this make you sad.
Oh, I'm not ready. Hang on.
So Joe DiMaggio was
Mm-hmm.
in charge of her funeral and refused to allow almost anyone from Hollywood to attend.
Good.
He was quoted saying, "If it wasn't for them, she'd still be here."
Absolutely.
He delivered roses to her grave twice a week for 20 years after her death.
Are you got goosebumps?
It's fucking...
It's so sad as well because she came forward and said like he was the love of my life. Like I should have been with him forever. I think they married twice, didn't they?
They were about to. He was, just before she died, he was saying to her friend, I think that literally the night before, he's like, we're going to get married again.
Oh my
and
God.
then she died.
If she just stayed with him, not had these affairs with the president, who knows what might have happened? It might have been completely different.
Yeah, she would have definitely been...
Was he hanging around though while she was still affairing with the
No,
president?
he kept his space. He just carried on playing baseball. I think people are still doing it now as well. With her, because it's not a grave, it's a crypt. So you know, like when we went to the Arboretum, we had like the where the coffins go in.
Oh yeah,
it's like that. So you got hers. I believe it's in the middle. There's like a little thing for the rose. Then you got the guy above her, face down.
Oh, that's so sick. I don't know how that was allowed.
I don't.
Like, if that was one of your relatives, either way, like, say if Tom said, like, oh, I'm going to go not kill myself, but when I die, like, I want to be face down in Marilyn, I'll be like, I'm not going to let that happen. Even if it's in your will, I'm going to go against that 100%. Not in a way that's like, no, you're my boyfriend, you're not fiance.
Yeah, no, it's
but
not
in a way that's like,
about
that's not right.
It's just a creepy
personal
fact.
dignity.
Yeah.
Like, there's no dignity in that. If someone's above you pretending to shag you for the rest of eternity,
It's really actually annoying, isn't it?
it's really
Like,
horrible.
I hope whoever like agreed to it was like, yeah, sure, and then actually just like got rid of his body and just put the plaque there. As horrible as that sounds, I hope that's how it happened.
Like someone in between that's really ugly.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
Or like Jesus is buried there face down praying.
Yeah. In his shroud of Turin. Her estate is currently making $30 million a year.
Fucking hell.
So I think there's obviously a massive tourist thing about that.
Yeah.
She had to be sewn into her famous Happy Birthday JFK gown because it was so tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, Kim Kardashian wore this exact same dress to the Met Gala and stretched and buckled the fabric on the back. Also, some crystals fell off.
Yeah. If
Why
you look at all the
give her that?
pictures and
Because
stuff.
she's fucking selfish.
Yeah.
Because she has the
Doesn't
money.
care about history or anyone else but her own fat ass.
Yeah.
self.
Like you see the difference in their body shapes as well. Yeah, okay, they're both curvy, but one's
natural, one of them's not.
I was gonna say one's artificial and one's
Yeah.
not. Like it's not made to fit a body in that shape.
100%.
Because that's a stupid shape. You're not a manator.
And it's like, I think money. Why does money always like go past all the things that are like right?
Oh yeah.
So like
it's
Marilyn
really
Monroe,
annoying.
that's like the most iconic dress. Let her just stay in a museum. Why can't she just get one made
Why
exactly
do you
the same?
need to wear? You feel like you're so important
Yeah.
that you should wear the world's most iconic dress.
And she's like, oh, I dyed my hair. It took me a week to dye my hair blonde. Oh, what a great disaster that was. Fuck
Okay.
off.
You do that every week.
You got these like,
Kardashians.
honestly,
Dickheads.
I feel dumb just even saying the name. Zelda Zonk was her alter ego to avoid the paparazzi. She wore a dark wig and sunglasses. I think for Marilyn Monroe, like the perfect like blonde hair, just putting like a dark wig on, it'd probably be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who dat?
Tamsin and Sammy will enjoy this.
Hmm?
You can still buy her signature red lipstick. It's Max Factor's Ruby Red, and it's only in Europe, not America.
Why is it not in America?
That's it. Max Factor's Ruby Red. It's her exact same colour she used.
I actually want to buy that.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
just because.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah, literally just because.
And my last point is Andy Warhol's painting of Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the classic, like...
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
four.
love that one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not even the 4, but the original, with the pink skin, the blue background. That sold for $158 million, making it the most expensive piece of 20th century art ever sold.
Fucking hell.
Way, Jesus Christ.
So the story of the tragic life of one of the most iconic women in history, Marilyn Monroe.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing just before the camera goes?
Mm-hmm.
What, as the camera.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe and our Queenie, the Queen,
Yeah.
they were born in the same year. So if Marilyn had survived, she would have aged with the Queen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine them being like best friends. That'd
Also,
be so fucking
That would have
cute.
been so cute. Oh, I miss
do you
Queenie.
know how many circles I went in on my research? Because every time I type in Marilyn Monroe
Mm-hmm.
and I typed it and I press yes, it would autocorrect to Marilyn Manson, and it go in full circles. It's like Marilyn Monroe was a friend of Slim Shady. I was like, there's no fucking what?
way!
They were not born. They were not born yet. And everything is like, she was a goth icon. I was like,
Is he?
What? And then like it happened like 20 times. I was like reading like alone. I was like,
still alive. Hang on a second.
Going on tour.
there's a rumour she had her ribs removed so she'd suck her own dick. I was like,
No way.
what is going on here?
And that she was in the Wonder Years.
But yeah, I do need to go. So this is quite cool because you've never seen Elvis's films.
No, I need
Have you
to.
either, Tamsin?
Yeah, I've seen, what was it, Blue
Hawaii?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So then you've got the rest to watch. I've got all of Marilyn Monroe's films to watch now because I've seen little clips. They look really cool.
I've got so many films to watch.
The Prince and the Pauper or something like that. She wears the best dress now. I've seen it in person because I went to the Marilyn Monroe dress exhibit and I had all her dresses.
Amazing.
That was so cool. That was in Bristol, I think.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a one-off thing, like 10 years ago. But it was
Imagine how they
amazing.
transport them all.
I know.
Because they have to be obviously in a certain sort of climate.
Climate.
Climate, yeah.
Climate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it was so cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked that subject because
Me too.
like looking into again, she was just because she's so classic. You just don't really look into it.
No.
I don't anyway because I'm not like a hipster, but I don't really be like, oh, this person's famous. I should look into what they're like.
Yeah.
The thing is with Marilyn is that she wasn't particularly the best actress or best singer. It was something about who she was. Like Jane Mansfield was more talented than her. Like Betty Page, she was more talented than her in acting.
Yeah.
But seriously, when she's on camera, there's just something about her. You can't not stare at her. Like when you see a picture of her, you're just mesmerised. And it's not even just that. It's just like who she was just so endearing.
Yeah.
I know childhood, she's passed around. So you always find out the people who are the most gracious when they're famous are again with Elvis. He lived such a poor life, but he was such a nice one of the wealthiest blokes.
You're still a nice person.
Yeah.
And same with Marilyn Monroe. She was
she had a shitty upbringing.
such a shit,
really bad.
fucking dog got hacked in half.
I know, really
And she got
bad.
bullied in school.
Her name's Norma.
Norma.
I really like the name
Yeah,
Norma.
no, it's cute actually.
Also, I forgot to add, just before we finish, that she actually worked in... Oh man, what was she doing? She worked in a factory, one of her first jobs, where she found her first husband.
Oh.
And it's a World War II factory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But
And her father worked at the railway, didn't he?
Yes, sir. I
What,
don't look too much into her...
biological father or her?
Or,
I think so. I think he died young, didn't he?
Oh, okay. That might explain why the mother might
I
have had
can't
a
remember.
bad brain, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
read her
really cool life.
Biology.
Biology.
Why do I always do it? Biography.
Biography.
Biology.
2 hours later. But yeah.
That was so cool.
That's really cool, actually. I want to go and research so much about her now.
Me too.
This is the issue. Whenever we do a podcast, a lot of us, we pick things that just none of us might... Well, I know Tamsin, obviously you've heard of Marilyn Manson.
I love Marilyn Manson.
But I know
She's my favourite.
I know Sammy hasn't looked into her, so it's
She doesn't
cool
look
learning
into
new things
anything.
about
I don't look into anything, though.
No.
I rather watch
You
stuff.
just listen to what's told.
Yeah.
I just do as I'm told and listen.
that.
Sit
She
down.
was a dragon, she could fly everywhere.
What?
Yeah, on that note, I'll finish there, but I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed researching it, that was really cool, so I need to go and watch all our films now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, I need to go and watch
I've
all our
got
films.
most of them. I'll
Well,
bring them over next time.
We need to do a movie night.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because I imagine they're not very long films.
No. An hour, or just over an hour and under an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
If my lips start looking ruby red, it's not because I bought the lipstick or anything for myself.
Sure.
Sure.
I don't
It's because you
want
bought it for me, but actually
Do you want me
you
to
played
wear
it
it?
off. Yeah,
What if
please.
you wear the dress? You'd do the Kim Kardashian thing, wouldn't you? Your
I'll just
ass
Hulk
would
out
just
of
go
it.
through it.
That'd be the most awful sight, me sewn into the most glamorous dress in history.
Breaking apart.
Yeah.
Ooh. Happy birthday, Mr. President. To you. Oh, that's awful. I want to get vomit now.
Maybe we could probably do something with your hair.
Yeah,
We
we
need
could
to
probably
parody it.
Monroe me up. Oh, no, let's not do that. Let's go fucking mental.
No,
now.
that would be really bad. Really bad.
Really
One
good.
Halloween, though.
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, make sure you watch our next video. Tamsin's telling it. I don't even know what it is yet, which is cool.
That's a surprise.
So yeah, we're gonna finish there. And if you've got anything to add to our story as usual, post a comment on our YouTube or join our Facebook group and say, Tom, none of that was real. Go fuck yourself.
You're a liar.
Yeah, slate us. Let's start an argument because, I mean, not with me because I'm too sensitive, but these two guys.
Start with me.
Yeah,
I love
literally.
Marilyn.
I was going to say.
And actually, can you tell me if it was... Oh my god. It was either the mother found the step-parents or it was the grandmother who found the step-parents. Every different article I read was that. None of them were exactly the same. I was like, shit, battery's low.
Yeah, no, I was letting you finish before I said.
But that is it, yeah. So thank you for watching and see you next time.
I should lend you her biography then.
Her biology.
Her biology. Anyway.
Yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week for a Tamsin's episode.
Woo!